You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com. We're making dreams a reality. Good Friday, Ella. How are we doing?
Good.
You doing good?
Yes.
I just had to say before we came out here, because we're doing this on Friday evening, because tomorrow we'll be playing in Watertown, South Dakota, so we won't have much time.
Yep.
And right as we were coming out, thank goodness we had such great weather this week.
Uh-huh.
But before we get to that, I want to say there's no snow around.
Yeah.
And you looked out the back window of the garage door and you go, is that a rabbit or a bunny on your steps?
Yeah.
And I said, no. She's like, it's a squirrel. Dad, can I scare it? Because you and squirrels do not get along.
No.
And so you didn't just scare it. You chased that squirrel.
Out of our yard.
And I heard that squirrel was squeaking back to you like, leave me alone. You know how they do.
It was talking back to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the beef is with you guys, but there's a couple things right off that I want to say. So here, we go from Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday and Thursday to having a winter storm watch.
Yeah.
Storm to
Tuesday
of last week, and then Tuesday of this week, it was 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hot.
Yeah.
So it goes from being cold to like, I'm going to have to unbutton my shirt.
Yeah.
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 Well, anyway, so that was fun. Monday, we went up to Brookings to the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They have a nursing home there, and we got to play for them. And Emma and Nicole showed up.
Woo-hoo!
So that was a good time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we got to go to Dairy Queen.
Yum.
Which I'm telling you what. I ain't going to say much, but there is inflation.
Yeah.
When you can't come out of Dairy Queen with less than $41 bill.
Yeah.
You know, and then we got you, we went to Walmart and we picked up a brace for your thumb.
Yeah.
How's that feel now?
My thumb is all better now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad it did okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. She bumped my guitar, which fell on the road. It's had a amplifier dropped on it, so it's nothing new, Ella.
The first thing that happened to it, it was dropped in Ohio on the road.
No, the first thing that happened to it was I was playing my electric guitar. This is back when I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And I did not shut the case to my acoustic guitar, and I had the amplifier on another stool. Well, I fell back, and it pulled the cord, and the whole amp hit right on the guitar.
Yeah.
So it put a nice little ding in it.
Yeah, but then he dropped it in Ohio, so it's going to live forever.
I hope so. It's kind of like Willie Nelson's guitar, but it doesn't quite have any holes in it.
Yeah, but you dropped it in Ohio, so it's never going to break.
I hope. Yeah, now that you say that. Whoops. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, tomorrow, April 15th, which hopefully somebody will be listening, otherwise they'll have missed it. But starting at 6 p.m., we're going to be there for the spaghetti feed.
Yeah.
And it's a fundraiser for free camp for kids.
Yeah.
Leland Harding III, I will be there. I'm talking about myself in third person with you guys.
Yeah.
Ella and Leland 4 and Mom.
Yeah.
And then other GRS artists. Emma Nicole is going to be there. And Travis Dennison also. And rounding it off is Hank Rosso.
Yes.
He's the leader of the pack. Vroom, vroom.
That sounded like a real motorcycle.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, somebody ought to make some money off that somewhere then, huh?
Yeah.
I could be a Foley for when they have motorcycles.
Yeah.
But what were you going to say? You had something. You said, I have something to tell you.
Yes. It's crime.
Crime. Okay, Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure this took place in 1999.
Right.
So, in Korea, there was this little 6-year-old boy who was walking to school with his friend. And his friend had hearing issues, but they were walking to school. It was a really small town.
In Korea?
Yeah.
Is this North Korea or South Korea?
I don't know.
Probably South Korea.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyways, in 1999, a 6-year-old boy was walking with his friend to school. And as he was walking, something tragic happened. Yeah. So, there is this man named Mr. A. I don't know what his real name is. And privacy. Because,
Right? Privacy. Yep.
So, Mr. A owned a chicken shop. And all of a sudden, he heard this ear-piercing scream that sounded like a child. He ran out of his chicken shop, and he saw a little boy up against a pole with his face down, and he was crying. His face was twisted in pain. There were parts falling. His face was falling apart, and his face was like all black, and there was a pool of blood around him, and his pieces of his face were just falling off.
I'm scared. Did you get this off of Goosebumps or something?
No, it's a real story.
Okay.
And he took him to the doctor. He had sulfuric acid.
Oh, somebody threw it in his face or what? Sulfuric acid?
Sulfuric acid. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
It was dumped all over his head.
Oh, my.
So he had third-degree burns everywhere, in his throat, in his eyes. It was everywhere on him. This little boy, it hurt for him to speak, but once his parents came in, they said, "Who did this to you?" And he said, "Mr. A from the chicken shop." And this family wanted justice because this kid was just, because the mom ran out of her hair salon that she owned and saw her little kid
I'm
there.
thinking this kid's not going to win American Idol.
And this little boy was trying to stay positive. He was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And he was trying to sing. He's like, "Oh, maybe once I get out, I can get those robot shoes." But his entire body, even his entire head, was just wrapped in bandages because he was burned everywhere. Third-degree burns everywhere.
So he kind of looked like a mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the friend that he was with had hearing issues, and he was blinded, or the 6-year-old boy was blinded from the acid.
Yeah.
And the little boy said it was like a middle-aged man. That's what they both said first, but then the kid that had the stuff dumped on him said it was Mr. A from the chicken shop.
Mm-hmm.
So his parents took 300 hours worth of recording of their son, and each time they would say, "Who did this to you?" He said, "Mr. A from the chicken shop." And Mr. A from the chicken shop, he was like known to be a really nice guy.
Sure.
But the police wouldn't investigate. And the parents said that Mr. A was going around and around asking for money, and it was a lot of money to save his chicken shop. And he came to the parents of the little boy's house, and he said, "Please, I need this money." And they said he even got down on his knees to beg.
Right.
And they were struggling financially, so they said, "No, sorry, we can't help you." So they were like, would he do that just to get back at us? So the parents kept questioning. They asked neighbors of the chicken shop man, Mr. A, and they said, yeah, his shoes have been burning from acid. He had like scars on it, noticeable scars on his hands from acid.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I carried the little boy, so I got acid on me. But you would have noticed if he had just carried it. So the police put all of his clothes in one bag and did it. All of it came back positive for that acid. But then they're like, oh, whoops, did it wrong. We weren't supposed to put the shoes in there. Because they had all of it together, and he wouldn't have had acid on his shoes if he were just carrying the little boy.
Right.
So they're like, oops, did it all together. Messed up that. We can't use that anymore. No need to investigate. So they wouldn't investigate, and then all of these recordings, the officers listened, and all of the recordings said it was Mr. A from the little boy. And he's like, it was Mr. A, it was Mr. A. He dumped it on me. He had it, and they're like, what do you remember from this? And he's like, there was a big black bag full of acid or something, or this weird liquid, and he dumped it in me and dumped it on my head. He grabbed me by the hair. I was about to scream, and then he dumped it on my head, and then it went down in my throat and my eyes and my ears and my nose.
He was probably just trying to wash him off with water.
It was acid.
It was acid?
It was sulfuric acid.
So I was going to say it was Mr. Sanders, Colonel Sanders, in Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they did it in the library with a candlestick.
But that's not true.
Okay.
And so the police were like, they tested it, and you could hold acid in a brown plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I was trying to scream, but it hurt too bad, and more acid just got in my throat. And the police were like, no, kids make up things all the time. You shouldn't listen to them. And on the 49th day of that little boy being in the hospital, he died.
Oh.
And the kid literally solved his own case.
So, did you ever find out why this Mr. A, why did he do it?
Well, the police never investigated. And this neighbor said that lived right near the chicken shop. They were inside of the chicken shop. They didn't hear anything. They didn't hear a single scream. And a neighbor said he was running from the other direction towards him. So you know what Mr. A said?
What?
Oh, there was an old lady, so I went around her, and then I turned around and went to the little boy.
But yeah.
If there's a little boy and his face is falling apart, it would be like, ma'am, you have to move. You're not going to run around the block and then come back.
I don't know.
So everybody said that he did it. And then after 15 years, nobody could do it because he changed Korean law. Because after 15 years after the case...
15 years ago...
you would get away with murder, and if you weren't caught, then you wouldn't have to go to jail.
Oh, is that right?
And his mother and father protested. They changed the law, but their kid wasn't allowed to be in it.
Right.
So they weren't allowed to investigate Mr.
Oh, so he got away pretty much scot-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're still protesting. If they're still alive to this day, they're still protesting.
Right.
To get
Oh, I'm sure they're still alive.
Yeah.
They're probably in their 50s.
Yeah. Because they want justice for their kid. He literally solved his own case and didn't even get justice.
Do you know that I'd be older than that kid still?
Wow.
I was 21 in 1999.
Wow.
Yeah.
He changed Korean law forever, but that law was named after him.
Right.
But he didn't get to be in it.
Well, we don't understand why things are why they are sometimes.
Yeah.
God has the best knowledge.
Yeah.
And that's what we pray for is understanding, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll never get it.
Yeah.
We'll be like, why is this happening, right?
Yeah.
So are you looking at that?
Yes.
I don't know if we'll get it this time, but I wanted to say quickly, what do you think of dairies?
We went on a field trip today to the dairy, and I'm like, I might even want to work at a dairy when I grow up. But then they had to take us to the manure pile.
And it smelled like roses, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. It smelled so bad, and I thought it was the dry manure. I thought that was bad.
Right.
But then we had to go to the liquid stuff, where it was being mixed, and it looked like chocolate milk. It was the consistency of chocolate milk, and it smelled so bad. We had to look over the fence into it. Oh, I couldn't stop gagging.
So that's how they make chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's what Sabrina said. I'm like, I can't do this. I know. I was like, I couldn't stop gagging. I just couldn't. And then finally we moved upstairs, and finally we're away from the poop. And it's nice and warm up here, and it smells good up here. And then we had to watch more poop get separated from the dry.
There's a lot of money in poop.
Yeah.
Because didn't you say they make natural gas out of that?
Yeah, and they sell it, so it can power your house.
So how do they bottle it?
They put it in this thing they have they have these ponds or lagoons. And did you hear that?
Yeah, kind of.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Is that the hawks that have been around here?
Probably.
Yeah, so anyways, and they have several lagoons full of over 5 million either gallons or pounds full of cow poop.
All right, we'll take a little break and figure out if that's a kitty or if that's a hawk. Or what do you think that is?
I think it might be a hawk because there have been hawks circling this yard like there's no tomorrow for the last few days.
Cool.
I got to see one up close. Yes.
Right after this.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go! You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com, where we're making dreams a reality. Okay, so this was funny, Ella.
Yeah.
You were pointing at my mixer. Was it loud in your headset?
No. I thought you wanted me to go see if it were a kitten or a...
Oh, no.
Oh, all right.
No, it's what it is.
It's a hawk.
Is it a hawk?
I think so, because it sounded like a hawk, and there have been a ton of circling hawks, and I even got pictures of them, and I got up close to them.
And it was like, psst, or something like that, right?
That was...
But it wasn't meow.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a calm day. That's why we were able to hear that.
Yes.
It wasn't loud, but it was high enough that we heard that frequency.
Yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to say one more thing about that crime case that I didn't remember. 80 decibels is like the highest a child can scream. They played it at the site where he was and went into the chicken shop. They couldn't hear a single thing.
I don't believe that's as loud as they can scream.
No, that's like the loudest. If they can get to that high, that's the loudest.
We're going to try that after this because I got a decimal meter. And I'm going to have you screaming. I guarantee you'll get up to 100, 110.
Yeah.
And 110, that's a jet engine.
6-year-old.
Yeah.
They can probably scream louder.
But, when you guys were babies, woo-wee.
Evelyn.
Yeah, probably, right?
She'll scream bloody murder.
Yeah, so anyway, so that was interesting. You talked about that story, and I'm thinking it was in South Korea.
Yeah. Oh, also, speaking of screaming bloody murder, I said to my phone, you can scream a bloody murder really high, and she goes, bloody murder! And I'm like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
You know what we started to watch, but you haven't watched anymore of?
Oh, Bly Manor.
Bly Manor.
I want to watch more.
Is that the house on Bly Manor?
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
The Haunting of Bly Manor.
We should watch more tonight because I think we only got to the second episode.
Well, I've seen the whole thing.
I know. I want to see more.
You want me to tell you about it?
No.
Oh. So, we took a short break there because we were making sure we were recording.
Yep.
Which it doesn't look like we are, but we must be, right?
Yeah, we're recording now.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. So, what else can we talk about? Did you just whistle?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, because I can.
That was the strangest thing. I mean, that was random, Ella.
Yeah. I can't do it now. I'm
you
laughing.
Can't do it. Did I tell you about the time when Leland was just a baby? Mm-hmm. We had him in the car seat, and I was snapping my fingers.
Oh.
And he couldn't snap his fingers. He got so mad he was looking at him. But he couldn't do it.
Oh. I can't do it. I'm laughing.
Now you can't whistle, can you?
No, because I'm laughing.
Well, I'm going to tell you about a couple other things that are coming up. So, there you go. Travis Dennison will be hosting or entertaining for the Paul Eakern. I think it's Eakern.
Okay.
He's having a benefit. He had his house went up bye-bye in flames, and he had third-degree burns, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
And he just got out of the hospital. So if you're in White, South Dakota, starting at 8 on April 22nd, from 8 to 10 at Lefty's Pub in White, South Dakota. Then on April 30th...
AM or PM?
Well, of course, it's PM. Who would show up at 8 a.m. in the morning? I'm here for the party. No, but then we have April 30th.
Yeah.
We have Justin Sadoff benefit. Yeah. And that's in the Esteline, South Dakota gym. And the doors open at 4:30 p.m. And Travis Dennison and Lizzie Hofer will be doing the entertainment for that. They're going to have a bake sale and goods. And Justin is on the list to get a liver. So we really want to support him for that. So if you can, if God puts it upon your heart, give all you can give, right?
Yeah.
Be all you can be in the Army.
Also, I am going to be graduating from DARE soon.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did you learn about in DARE?
We learned a lot of stuff, and we're doing a report on it right now. Once I'm done with the report, I'll probably read you the whole thing. But basically, it's about not doing drugs. It's about good communication. It's about making good decisions, good consequences, bad consequences, how to get out of bad situations, peer pressure, what are bad situations, anxiety, how to deal with anxiety, and I ran out of fingers to count.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
No, wasn't there? Who was the? Didn't they have a mascot?
Yeah, it's a lion.
It's a lion?
I don't know what his name is.
Has it always? It used to be McGruff or something, or was that for something else?
Wait, did you do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Who was your dare teacher?
Oh my goodness, I don't even remember.
Was it a girl or boy?
I can't tell you. I just know I got the T-shirt that said Dare.
Did you like Dare?
Of course I did.
What day did you have Dare on?
We had it a couple days.
We only have it every Thursday at 1:40 p.m.
I don't remember, Ella. I can't tell you. I just can tell you I went through it.
Yeah.
I made you tired. I made you, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. People are going to stop listening. You start yawning like that.
I'm tired.
Especially if it's later at night. They're like, oh, yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm tired. I was yawning.
Now, what were you telling me the other day about that you need like a nap? If you take a nap and you wake...
Oh, yeah. No, that was today. The sleep cycle for a human is 90 minutes. So say you're like, oh, it's so early, 5 more minutes. You're just going to be more tired because if you want to sleep in more, you have to sleep for at least 90 minutes. Otherwise, you'll be even more tired.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or like if you want to take a nap, don't take a nap for 30 minutes, 15 minutes. It'll make you even more tired.
It does, but sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to kind of refuel, recharge your batteries.
Yeah. But try, if you're going to take a nap, at least take a nap for 90 minutes. Or if you're going to sleep in for 90 minutes.
Do you think so?
If you have the time.
What if you've already had 12 hours sleep?
Then you should
That's
be
a lot.
Good.
Yeah. That's a lot. But I'm just kind of looking at when we're going to have our next... Don't do that.
I'm yawning
because these people,
still.
They got to hear this commercial.
They're going to be tired.
This commercial. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now. You're listening to the Ella and Leland Show, sponsored by Gopher Recording Studio, www.gopherrecordingstudio.com. We made all your recording needs. We timed that pretty darn good.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
Well, it looked about like that, so I just started off. But anywho, so Leland, he's started golf right now. And yesterday, he's so funny sometimes. He didn't even call us to ask if he could stay over.
Yeah.
And then he's like, can you come pick me up from Clark? And I'm like, So he got a ride back with a track bus, right? They let him on. So he doesn't want any of that running stuff. But you're going to be running, but you don't know for sure when now, right?
So far, it's Friday.
It's next Friday.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
So far, it hasn't changed.
I'm gonna be there.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, Ella, you can do it. Yeah. And then maybe your grandpa will come and he'll go. Anyhow, we can't do that all this time.
Yeah.
But they've been out of it for a while because they had COVID. Right? Don't do that, Ella.
I'm still yawning.
Is it too cold in here?
I don't know.
Or is it getting warmer?
I don't know.
I did turn the heat up.
I don't know.
I don't know how it's doing right now.
I don't know.
So I'm going to say, what should we talk about now, Ella? Now, you need to keep talking. You need to have some facts that you can tell us.
So, the sky is blue, the grass is green, the water is clear.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something I didn't know already.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Clouds are white.
Sometimes I've seen gray clouds and purple clouds and...
Don't eat yellow snow.
Don't eat...
Or brown snow. Or green snow.
I seen them clouds that were turning in the sky and I got real scared.
Yeah, don't eat yellow snow. Don't eat brown snow. Don't eat green snow. Don't eat snow.
So that reminds me of a movie called Sling Blade.
Yeah.
Have you seen that with me yet? Where that guy's on there and he's... What you got in there that's good to eat? And he's like, well, we got French fried. He's like, French fried potato? Yeah, French fried. Yeah, I take them and them with some mustard.
Yeah. Oh, also, on the topic of eating snow, in 4th grade, we had like these big morning packets of work to do. And one time it was about eating snow. So you can eat snow. you don't want to eat freshly fallen snow because there are chemicals in it. But if you... Okay, so the snow just fell.
What kind of chemicals?
I don't know, chemicals.
You just any kind of chemicals?
Yeah.
And then why are there chemicals in it?
I can't remember. But anyways, so snow just fell. You want to wait at least an hour before you go running and eating the snow.
Because everybody's ready after an hour. They're like, I'm going to wait an hour because I can't wait to eat that snow.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's weird. That's like
that?
A car or something.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, it's probably like... What are those things called?
Sounds like a helicopter.
Yeah, they have 4 wheels.
Sounds like a lawnmower, actually.
No, they have 4 wheels. People can ride in them.
Oh, like an ATV? Like a side-by-side?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I need more.
Yeah,
I need more insulation in here because, boy, that's coming through clear if you guys can hear that.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a side-by-side.
It sounds like it's right in our backyard.
It does. But our neighbors have one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I wish I had one.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get the golf cart back. Medina said she fixed it.
Yeah? No, I don't think she has all the parts yet.
Oh,
to fix
okay.
It. She's going to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, summertime's right around the corner.
It is.
You know, I'm just praying for no more snow.
Yeah,
You're off the hook now, Mr. Groundhog, until next time.
Yeah, there's 5 weeks left of school.
Yeah? 5 weeks, that's it. That's like 25 days.
Yeah.
Because there's 5 days in a week of school.
Yeah.
And you probably have a day or two off here.
Yeah. But no, it can't be 25 days. No, the ABC countdown starts next week, so it's not quite 5.
Oh, but when
weeks.
It starts, then it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
it starts April 19th.
Yeah.
Also, the prompts are so boring this year.
The what are?
The prompts. It's like A stands for blah, 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 B stands. Instead of King and Queen Day, King for K, all the boys get to go first, and Queen's Day, it's Q, all the girls get to go first. Instead, K is Kick Off Your Shoes Day.
I thought you said prom is so boring this year.
Oh.
You said prompts?
Prompts, yeah.
Is there a T in prompt?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and Queen's Day, instead of it being Queen, for Q, it's Quiet Day. Drop everything you're doing and read quietly. And then the next day's Reading Day.
You know what I think that is?
What?
It sounds like...
a weed whacker?
Not a weed whacker.
A weed whacker.
Chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
It's from our neighbors because they had a lot to clean up.
Oh.
They were
you want to go out and tell them to be quiet?
No, they were cutting down branches. Oh, it's not recording anymore.
Yeah, it is. It is recording, Ella.
It is.
We did check it.
But
we had to do that for your sanity.
Yeah, the time stopped, so I thought
it did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, it stopped at a certain amount of time.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah.
Well, don't touch that. Maybe that's why it stopped.
Yeah, except, remember when we were talking about the dairy? That is something, my nose is traumatized.
And so the dairy was over in Bryant, South Dakota, right outside of there.
The chocolate milk.
Well, I'm sorry, honey, but you know, farmers like to use that stuff too.
I know.
They put it on their fields.
I know, it's good. Fertilizer.
Yeah, it's great moisturizer. I put it on my skin all the time and rub it in. No, it's not good.
It's fertilizer.
Yeah, it's fertilizer.
I know. I was thinking maybe I want to work with the dairy.
But not anymore.
If ever it's going to work with the dairy, I'd probably go on the maternity.
But aren't those little calves so cute?
Oh, yeah. We got to pet the calves, and they were born this morning, and I got them to suck on my finger.
Cool. Well, we're going to talk about this a little more next time when we do this. This is our 13th episode, and next time will be 14.
Yes.
We love you. Jesus Christ loves you more than anything. And we'll talk to you later. We love you. Bye. You've been listening to the Ella and Leland Show, brought to you by Gopher Recording Studio. www.goatrecordingstudio.com, making dreams a reality.